Come on. Okay, got the stream up and running. Hopefully. Make everything to where I can see it. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. I'm gonna give everybody a few minutes to hop on. Hi Momo. Okay. I know some people will say, hi, Sir Flynn, my kitty. I like that name. Okay, I'm live, yay. Let me know if you can hear me. I got a new microphone. Good morning, Jolie. Good morning. Ooh, good morning from Austria. Awesome. Hi, everybody. Okay, let me know if you can hear me. I've got a new microphone and I set it up for the first time this morning, and I'm hoping that it's louder and that y'all can hear me because usually my little desk one, it's hard to hear me. Hi Linda, hi Marisa, hi Gloria, hi everybody. Okay, I think my system is kind of catching up, but if you are here early, that is a good thing because you guys are going to decide what we're making today. Last live stream, we made strange pies. Let me know if you guys saw that one. And we made them in these little bottle caps, and it was really fun. We made a worm pie. We made a fish pie, which actually turned out to be a real pie. Hi, Debbie. Did I say hi to Gloria? Hi, Gloria. I thought maybe we would make pies again this month, but I also have this little book. And what this is a miniatures prompt book. So it has some different ideas in there and all sorts of things. And I ordered a prompt book. It was a drawing prompt book, but it didn't quite work as a miniature prompt book. Like one of the prompts in there was draw somebody you don't like. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I could sculpt somebody I don't like, but why would I put so much effort into sculpting someone I don't like? Plus that doesn't seem very nice. So, hi Soph. Hi Daniela, I'm so glad you guys made it. So anyway, your choice today is if we want to make more pies or if we want to open up the prompt book, and I would just kind of go to a random page and make something off of that, which is super scary because I'm a very, I like to be prepared, and this makes me not prepared at all because I don't know what it is, but you guys, I guess, kind of get to see my process of figuring out what I'm going to make and how I'm going to make it. So, hi Gail. Hi Lily. Okay. So if you just got here, I have a new microphone, and I'm hoping that this microphone makes it loud enough so that I don't have to take the live stream down and boost the audio, and I can just leave it up. So once the live stream's up, it's up, and you guys don't have to wait till Friday if you miss part of it. So that's my goal. I'm guessing you guys have heard me because no one said that they can't hear me. So, so anyway, go ahead and vote if you guys are interested in making more pies, or if you are wanting to see what's in the prompt book. I don't know if I said this, there's 95 prompts, and I just went online and found like a ton of different prompt lists and just grabbed ones that I thought would work for miniatures and put them in here. And then I'm thinking that once I make the miniature, I would take a photograph and put it in the book, and then once I'm done, I would have like a bunch of photos of like 95 different miniatures. So obviously it's going to take a while. It's for my miniatures channel, so I'm not going to be doing them off camera. But anyway, I thought it'd be fun. Okay, I have 2 votes for the prompt book. Yes, new ideas. Speedies Klein Welton. Prompt book. Okay, Debbie votes for the prompt book 2. Okay, I figured you guys would want to go for the prompt book. And so I had to like talk myself into it this morning because it does make me a little bit unprepared. So, but that's okay. It's okay to be unprepared every now and then, right? Okay, so votes for the prompt book 2. Okay, all right, we're going for it. So this little book, a while ago, I dabbled in making my own journals, and this is just a cereal box covered in like paper bag, and then I painted it and covered it in, yes, Bad Lady. I love Batman, sorry. Okay, this was my husband's shirt, but now it's my shirt. He doesn't get to wear it anymore. And then this is just like a piece of material cut off, and then I got one of these little like hole punchy things, and then anyway, I just made, what are these called? Registers? Is that what they're called? Someone on here knows. Anyway, and then you just kind of sew them in. And so I had like a time where I made like a ton of these. And so this was one that I never finished. And so I knew I wanted to do like a miniature prompt thing. And so, oh God, I'm glad you like the new mic. Okay, good. Signatures. What did I say? Registers? Signatures. Thank you. I knew someone knew. Signatures. And so, anyway, so I made a ton of these, and this one was left over because I didn't really like the cover, but I think it's okay now. I just didn't like it back when I made it. So, okay. So the first page just says 95 mini prompts. So I'm just going to flip and find a random page, and I think on either side there is like one or the other, and you guys, I'll just pick the random page, and then you guys can pick which one you want to work on. Hi, Peter. Hi from Scotland. Hi from, well, I should say hi from Texas. Okay, here we go. Okay, so these are kind of vague. Well, mother's not vague, but mother or vintage. So y'all vote. Which one do we want to make a miniature from? And then I have to kind of figure out what we're going to make. I wonder if my mom's watching. I'm not going to make my mother, but it would have to be something that I'll try to make within the time limit of the live stream. Okay, we got one vote for mother, one for vintage. Greetings from a less smoky California. Oh, Linda, I'm so glad it's clearing up for you guys. I've been praying for you guys out in California. My goodness. Vintage, vintage, vintage. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of votes for vintage. Okay. All right. Vintage what though? Oh my goodness, I love vintage. Okay, so I think our vote is going for vintage. Vintage what? Do you guys have an idea for what we could make vintage? Vintage what? All right, let's see. If there's something I've been wanting to make, we could make a vintage appliance. Like a toaster, or we could make a vintage piece of furniture. I don't know if we could make that. A vintage animal. Ooh, what's a vintage animal? A vintage toy. Oh, that's a good idea. Vintage books. Or appliance. Okay, so y'all vote. Toy, book, vintage toy, vintage book, or vintage appliance. Vintage toy, vintage book, vintage appliance. Which one of those? Because I guess thinking vintage appliance, maybe we could try and figure out how to make a toaster. Vintage toaster. Vintage toy, I see another vote for vintage toy. Vintage toy, toy, toy. Okay, I'm seeing vintage toy. Okay, what vintage toy should we make? What about, This is the part where you get to see me think through things. Vintage toys. What vintage toys did you guys have? I had the little phone guy, the phone guy on the string. Daniela says train. Danielle and I made a train together. You guys should look for that video on my channel and check it out. She made the train and then I aged it. It was awesome. she let me keep it. So one of my prized miniatures. We could make like a vintage train set. Tinker Toys, Lincoln Logs. Fisher Price telephone pull toy. Yeah, those are cute. Cute. That's what I was thinking. That's one that I had. Okay, let me see. I did leave a little bit of space so I can draw it out here. Let me find a pencil. Or it may have to be a pen. We'll see. Okay. So I'm thinking, you'll see here. Okay, so the vintage, the little telephone toy I'm talking about kind of was like this, I think. And he had, like he was shaped like so. And he had little wheels on the side. And he had eyeballs, I think, and a little mouth. And then a rotary. Oh, the pull Slinky dog. Oh, that'd be so cute. Oh, Raggedy Ann doll is a good idea too. So we had, and then he had his little phone on the top like this. Something like that. And then he was a rotary dial, and then he had like a little string like that. Zoom in a little bit. So we have that guy. And then the Slinky dog. All I can think of is the Toy Story one. Is there another one? And he has kind of like a Slinky body. What does his head look like? Is his head kind of like, and then I think he had like a fabric ears. I may have to look up a picture of him. He used a pin spring. His eyes move. Yes, he had a face. Yeah, his eyes like would move whenever you pulled him along. And then someone said Raggedy Ann, but my goodness, that would be a fabric. And I don't know if I can pull off a fabric. What did she look like? Raggedy Ann. She had like curly hair. I don't know if I would have the stuff to make Raggedy Ann. Didn't she have like triangle eyes or something? I don't know. I think she had triangle eyes. Okay. All right, so last vote for the win, and I'm gonna make whatever y'all vote. We're gonna do the phone, dog, or the Raggedy Ann. Phone, dog. We'll say phone, dog, or doll. Vote one of those. This is probably gonna be clay plus wire fabric. Which one do you think? Oh, button eyes. That's what she had. She had triangles on her face somewhere, though. Okay, I see 2 for dog, 2 for phone. Another one for dog. Another one for phone. Okay, dog and phone are neck and neck. I see my mother on. Did you see the other choice was mother? But we went with vintage instead. Okay, we have 3 for dog and 3 for phone. Someone's got to break our tie. Okay, we got another one for dog. 1, 2, 3, 4 for dog. Okay, I'm going to start looking up a picture so we don't just have to go off my scribble. Hold on. Hopefully I won't accidentally end the stream somehow. Okay, here we go. Look up vintage Slinky dog. Oh, there he is. Okay. Well, we don't want the YouTube. Toy Story version. We want the original. Okay, let me see if I can save this picture and then put it in so you guys can see what I'm looking at. All right, close that guy. I'm gonna put this guy in. Okay, all right, let me add the picture and create new, okay, and go to here. We're almost there. Find the dog, there he is. Okay. So this is the little guy I found, a voodoo puppet for the Adams. Okay, so this is the little guy I found. So I'm gonna get clay, and I liked the suggestion for using a pin spring, but I need to figure out if I have one. I did just get a whole bunch of new pins, but I don't really want to break it, but it's all in the name of making miniatures. His name is Slinky. Slinky dog. That's just the package that I found. All right, so do we think this spring is gonna be big enough? I mean, I guess he would be pretty little. All right. I'll save this little piece here to refill one of my other pins. Oh, yay, I'm glad you made it, Ariana. Okay, so we got a little spring that wants to roll away. Okay, let me grab the clay and I'll be right back. And I have to remember now that my microphone is attached to me, that you guys can hear me wherever I go. So if I have to go answer the door or something, I have to remember to turn it off. Gail. I've had to learn how to use OBS quite a bit. And so that's how I've just had to figure it out. Because you have to use this program to live stream. Okay, so I'm getting out some clay. I got a whole new thing of clay. And, oops, and I'm gonna break everything. I know some of you guys had suggested some different clay for me, and I do wanna try those, but I know how this clay works, and so I just went ahead and got some more of this, but I do wanna try some different types of clay. Okay, what do I need? Oh, goodness. Okay, I do need to go probably start the oven since we're working with clay. Here's my little glass thing. Okay, I think we should be good to go for this guy. Okay, all right, let me go start the oven and I'll be right back. And I can actually talk to you guys the whole way there, I guess. I really don't know how far the microphone reaches. But I am now in the kitchen. Turn this guy on. Okay. And if you stream, several people were telling me you don't need to worry about the fumes in the oven. That's kind of a myth, so that's really exciting. Could y'all hear me all the way back? I don't know how far it reaches. All right, so I think 9 by 9. Toothpicks to support the legs, or just use the toothpicks and paint them to match the clay. Okay, I think that's a really good idea. Looks like we need like a little bit of a lighter brown. We're gonna need this cream color for his nose. Let me see how the toothpicks look compared to this spring. So we got to get the Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to wrap any clay around it. Like this would just have to be his legs. Yeah. It looks like his legs are on the side of his body. So I guess I would have to like glue them on afterwards. Okay. What brand of clay do you use the most? Right now I'm using Sculpting 3, and I use that because it's really soft and you don't have to work with it a lot, but that isn't always the best, because a lot of times like you can just barely touch it and put a mark into it. So some people have suggested some more like some stiffer clay to me, and I really do want to try that out. But I've just been used to this stuff. Oh, the spring tail. You are right. Build the body on the ends of the spring where it's more tightly wound. Yeah, I think I want to leave the spring intact. I don't want to cut it down anymore. Air dry clay is not as durable as oven baked clay. Yeah, this is oven baked, so hopefully he'll be pretty strong. Okay, so for the spring tail, I don't think I can find a spring that small, especially if this is his body. So we may just have to do like a wire and just kind of go with it. Oh, like really thin jewelry wire. I don't know if I have something that thin. Do I? I don't know. I'll look in my wire thing and we can see. Or like a needle. You might be able to make another pin spring smaller by winding it tighter. That could work. I do think I'm out of super glue, so that's going to be a problem at some point. Okay, so I need to make this brown clay just a little bit lighter. I'm just going to get the littlest bit off of here and mix some of that. And I'm going to zoom back out just a little bit so I can get more in the frame. That also helps me guarantee that my hands are actually in the frame. We'll kind of play with the tail when we get there, because I think it's going to be the last thing. It looks like it has like a little red dot. I think I remember that. Do you guys remember that he like moved? Because I think we had this toy at like my grandmother's house. Because he does have a string, so I guess you could like pull him along, and like his body would like, you'd run around the corner, his body would like flop around the corner. Does anyone remember that? I feel like that's a very familiar memory. Okay. It's funny because I have the chat, like the chat window over here, and it shows up in my video before it shows up in the chat window, which is really weird. The paws are connected to the wheels and they went up and down. Yes, I remember that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love getting you guys' opinion on things. It helps me not have to think as much. Is air dry clay as good as oven baked clay? Oh, I thought you were telling me something. Honestly, I use air dry clay and oven baked clay for different purposes. For bigger sculptures, I use air dry clay, and I guess I don't have like a actual reason that I can tell you why, really. Well, I guess when I say air dry clay, what I use is paper clay. And paper clay is rather strong because it has paper fibers inside the clay, and it really holds together really well. If you're talking air dry clay as in actual clay, like from the ground clay, that can be very brittle unless it is like baked in an oven. So if I'm using air dry clay, I always use paper clay. Oh, Snoopy. Maybe we had Snoopy. But he does have a string. It looks like it's coming out of his forehead. So I don't know. Do y'all remember, like, is it coming out of his forehead? Hold on. Let's make him a little bit bigger. Yep. It's coming out of his forehead. Well, that's interesting. I don't remember that in Toy Story. Okay, so we're gonna make this brown just a little bit lighter by adding some white, I think, and some yellow. Hi, Teresa. Pulled Slinky, and the back end followed along. Okay. I think we maybe had Snoopy. If my mother's still on somewhere, Mom, do you remember at Grandma Walter's house which one we had? Because it was at her house, I remember playing with it. So if you're still on, let me know. This, did we see who the maker of this guy is? Oop, I put my blade right by my mouse. That was not a good idea. Add orange. Oh, that's probably a good idea. Who makes this? Poof. Looks like it says Poof Slinky. So maybe this is an off-brand. Let's try the orange, like you said. Oh, I was asking, do you remember if we had this toy at Grandma Walter's house or if we had the Snoopy on like a string? Because I remember playing with one of those toys here at her house. And I can't remember which one, but I do remember going fast around the corner and it like slinging its body around. All right, so let's add a little bit of orange. Let's see what color we come up with these. So the dark brown, the white. We're just gonna smush them together. This is another reason I like the Sculpting 3, because with a lot of other colors, it takes a long time to smush them together and get a new color. So I tried to do my nails last night, and this morning, dropping the dog off at the place she needed to go to, she pulled and got my fingernail. That's why most of the time I don't even bother doing my nails. They don't last. All right, let's see. I think that's gonna work. It might need a little bit more orange. The Snoopy. Okay, I was thinking of probably the Snoopy dog. I wanted to try sculpting and worry the clay burns because I would make small things like charms, but I don't want them not to hold up if I use air dry clay. I think for like small things, I would probably go with the polymer clay. And another clay artist on here was telling me that when you bake your clay charms, to make sure to put aluminum foil kind of around it, and that reduces the chance of it burning. So like kind of like like an aluminum foil tint over your items. So you might try that if you're worried about them burning, and just follow the package instructions, or look at just some clay channels, because they're really good at telling you about bake times. I wouldn't consider myself a clay channel because I'm really just kind of starting out myself. But Daniela Minnie, who is on here, she has a clay channel, and you can probably click on her profile. She has said a few comments. Danielle, if you're still here, comment so they can click on your thing. She has she does a lot of work with clay, and there was another person who was telling me about the tin foil, and she was in my last live stream. Okay, there's Daniela. She just commented. So, yeah, I would ask her. She knows. Prisma. Oh, Sculpey is super durable because it has synthetic polymers embedded. Okay. So, yeah. So a lot of people on here with more knowledge about polymer clay than I have. But That's why I really love having a YouTube channel, because we can all kind of learn together. I think I need some more orange here. I feel like the orange is just disappearing. Okay. Come on, dog. All right. So I think we're getting a little bit closer. Just gotta get this orange mixed in. All right. Do these look right? Or pretty close at least? No, please do ask questions. I love when people ask questions, because while I'm mixing colors, yes, it was Teresa. Teresa is the one who was telling me. Yes. Hi, Leslie. Okay. Lots of people on here with great advice, probably better advice than I have, so please feel free to ask questions. And if I don't know it, someone in the comments is definitely going to know. Okay, so I've got these two colors. I feel like this guy just needs to be a little, just slightly browner. I'm gonna add a little bit more brown, but I don't want him to get too dark. Maybe I'll just stick with this. I'll stick with this. Okay, for now. Maybe a little bit more orange. Add yellow to the lighter one. It will make it look a slightly more vintage if they are a little bit more yellow and orange, I think. So I'm gonna add a little bit more orange here. And you said add yellow to the lighter one. I think you're right. I think that's what it needs. Not brown, it needs yellow. There we go. All right. Hopefully after those are mixed, we should be ready to start making the little fella. Okay. Danielle says if it's really thick clay, sometimes bake it for an hour. Add a grain of red to the dark and low and yellow to the light. Okay. Yeah, I think that's looking good. And add a little bit of red. We can try that. Before I mix it all in, tiny sliver of red, because red can take over. We don't want red to take over. We'll see. Prisma, what are you, what kind of charms are you planning on making? There's another channel who just does charms, and it's called Creative Rachie. I think she's from Australia. I love listening to her accent. Yes, I love having my knowledgeable friends on my stream. They can help me out when I have no idea. But yeah, Creative Rachie does a lot of charms, and she walks you through the steps as well. And yeah, okay, I'm liking the difference in these colors. I think it's standing out a lot better. Awesome job, guys. I like those. And then we can always add a little bit of vintage smudge with, what am I trying to say? Paint later if we need to. All right, so we've got the two colors and we have our spring. So I think the first thing I need to do is make the body, maybe. And so I'm going to make a sphere yeah, I'm gonna make a sphere, and I'm gonna probably have to make it smaller than this. And then I'm gonna end up trying to cut it in half. I made way too much clay, but that's okay. Better too much than not enough. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna have to be way smaller to fit the spring. And I think the spring's actually probably a really good size to be 12th scale. I don't really know the actual scale of it. It's probably like in real life. I'm guessing maybe 8 inches or so. Does that sound right? What do y'all think? How tall do you think it was in real life? Because maybe my spring's a little bit too little. But we can do a mini. Still a little bit too big. This is gonna really test my skills because it's gonna be really tiny. Okay. A little bit smaller. I'm looking at the darker color and I feel like it needs a little yellow too. It might. I think I'm just gonna kind of go with it for now, so we can get making, because it will have to bake too. So I'm just gonna kind of go. I'm happy with at least the color difference, and I can always add a little bit of paint. Okay, I feel like that sphere is a little bit better on the size, and I kind of want to bend the spring. The spring's pretty straight. Let's see if I can kind of get a bend in it to kind of make it look like it's got some weight. Because one big thing in miniatures, if you're just getting started out, a lot of things, once you make them smaller, so if you had a spring that was this, you know, you can't see my hands, but this big and loose in real life scale, it would dip. But this little spring in miniature scale doesn't want to dip because it's so small and the materials are smaller. And so you have to force the perspective and you have to force the look of gravity on these things so that they look realistic. And this guy does not want to bend. Just thinking simple round beads to start out and then bigger things once I got more used to baking. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. So I did pull a little bit of the spring out of what it's supposed to look like, but you know what? If it's a well-loved toy, the spring is not going to look super new. So I'm going to turn, sorry, y'all can't even see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of pulling at it. So now it's kind of shaped like this, so it will look like the spring is kind of going like this. I wish it was more of a gentle curve, but that's just what it feels like doing, I guess. All right. So what I'm going to do is I have this little ball and I've kind of measured it so that it looks like it'll go on the end here. And we can always kind of elongate it a little bit if we need to. Okay, y'all are still giving advice. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to carefully cut this little slice in half. Oops. And I am going to kind of smush down a little bit. That's another thing with soft clay, is when you cut it, it kind of smushes a little bit. I know you can put it in the freezer just to harden it up so that you can get a clean cut, but I don't know if y'all want to wait for all that. Okay. So this is going to be kind of it looks like his chest is a little bit bigger than his rear end. I know there's some perspective there, but I think it's just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to put the bigger half as his chest. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Whoops, opposite way. There we go. And I'm just going to kind of gently put the spring in there. And round it back out, hopefully. I don't know, does it need to be a little bit longer? Like I feel like he's got a little bit more of a body. Oh, you can use a bowl of ice. You just put the clay directly in the ice water? Because I hadn't heard that. All right, so if we've got the front and the back, he's going to be tiny. I see what you're saying. All right. I think, what do y'all think? I'm nervous because I didn't plan this out. I'm a planner, y'all. A planner. That's true. If it was Adam's Family Toy, it would have 2 heads. All right, we're gonna try and make his head about the same. I don't know if the spring is too long, because if it had stretched out, kind of like I stretched this one, it would be pretty long, because that looks like a pretty like long spring, and if it had been played with for a long time, it would have stretched out. I don't know. Let's cut it, because he's our Slinky dog, so we can do what we want. Okay, so let's cut him down to maybe there. We'll start conservative. Ooh, this is a strong spring. It's gonna hurt my hand. Wow, what do they make pin springs out of? My goodness. What kind of metal is this? That does not want to cut. Ah, there we go. The body needs to be a little bit bigger. Might need to be, let's see. I think because we're starting with such a small spring, we kind of have to judge. I think I want his body just a little bit longer, so I probably need to make like an elongated oval shape and not a sphere shape. I think that's what my issue is. Bye, Leslie. See you later. Spring steel, probably. I don't know what that's made of. I don't feel like I'm that much of a weakling. My goodness. All right, so I'm just gonna make it like a nice sphere, and then I'm gonna elongate it. Yeah, I like that length better too. You guys are right. Okay, so I just made like an elongated, kind of like a pill shape. And now I'm gonna cut that, and I think that might work a little bit better. We'll see. Cut him in half. Okay, and then I'm just gonna roll him. I did not do that straight. Oh well. Roll him a little bit. Okay, so now let's try that again. Get the spring in one side. So now it's a little bit longer, I think. What do y'all think? This spring is gonna have to go in there pretty deep. Kind of like that. And now we have more room to put his little head and everything. Okay, because his little spring's gonna, so if this was the ground, my finger was the ground, his little his spring belly is gonna go down. So this would be his head, or should this be his head? I don't know. I think they look pretty similar. Okay, So we have that guy. Now I need to make his head. And then I think we want to make the legs individually. I want his head to be about the same as his body, I think. Like that, or a little bit less, or a little bit more. Because we need to add his muzzle as well. This side needs to be his head. So it looks like he's kind of got his head up. Kind of like that. So we got to add all the details. Excuse me. All the details of his head. Okay. What was your first miniature you ever made? So the first miniature I ever made, if you want to go check out, I have a video called Miniature Fails. The first miniature I ever made was I tried to be way too ambitious, and I made a chandelier out of paper clips, and it was a full-on mess. And I kind of put it in a paper towel or something and put it in a drawer and forgot about it, and like years later cleaned out that drawer and pulled it out, and I thought someone had come in and just like messed up all my paper clips, and then I realized, oh, that was the first miniature I ever made. So it's anyway, it went in the trash after that, but it was kind of a good reminder of where I started and where I had come by the time I found it again. Yeah, I think I'll have to paint. You're right. I think I'll have to do that. I'll probably make the nose and the ears out of clay. I might be able to make the eyebrows out of clay, but I'll probably leave the eyes. Hi, Eileen. Thanks for joining us. Make a small snake cut in half for each pair. Do you think earlier, I don't know if you were here already, Teresa, we were talking about using a toothpick as the legs and then just trying to match the color with paint. So I don't know. And I'm trying to, I think his legs are just like, are his arms like this? Or is it just like one leg like coming out? Because there's like a little line, but I'll make him bigger again. Like I don't understand what's happening at the shoulder there. Like the back leg just looks like it's one chunk coming down. But the front leg looks like he's like got a bulldog arm type of thing. What do y'all think? Because if that's the case, that's more complicated. Or can I just like stick him to the side? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit of black. I need to make his muzzle first before I make anything else. All right, now making the muzzle, and he's got an open mouth. That's even harder. Okay, and it looks like he's got a red mouth. Sorry, I'm just gonna keep making this bigger and smaller as I look. Looks like his mouth is red. Roll paper tube. It's just the drawing. Then can you, roll the tube and then bend it. I see what you're saying. I think the front legs walked, but we don't need to do that. Nope. It will not be functioning for sure. Shoulder is an L shape or a C shape. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Okay, we're gonna focus on the muzzle, and then if y'all have any ideas for the legs, we'll get back to that. But I'm kind of worried about making this face first. Looks like we're gonna have to make like a mouth sandwich and then stick it onto the head. All right, I'll just take a little red. I'm guessing it was probably bright red. All right. Does anyone have any suggestions for clay for beginners? For me, I'm enjoying this Sculpting 3 multi-pack. I don't know what country you're in, but if you have a Hobby Lobby, and you have a coupon, you can get several different colors. This comes with all these different colors. Oops, hope I didn't smash my miniature there. For, so 40% off, $12.99, whatever that is. So that's a pretty good amount of starter colors, I think. Okay, let me make the dog smaller again so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm a little nervous about this mouth thing. Hi! Hi from Texas. Red dye 44. If you can take a paper tube, you can put wire in it to keep this shape. Sure would work well as you can make wire leg and clay around the wire. I'm not sure I'm that talented in my clay skills to make clay that thin where the wire doesn't come out of it. I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to make the muzzle. So I'm making like a little tongue shape here. I'm gonna put it on the glass so you can see it. And then I'm gonna try and make the same shape to go on the top and the bottom. I do know one clay tip. Try to touch the red as little as possible if you have to touch other colors, because the red color likes to transfer. I do know that about red clay. All right, so I'm just gonna try and make the shape. I'm gonna put one of these, whoops, now it looks like his tongue's sticking out, on top. So I have that. And then one of these on the bottom. And then try to shape it and then cut it to what I need it to be, is my plan. So I have like a cream and red sandwich here. The feet were flat on the ground. When it was pulled slowly, the front and back wheels wobbled as if it was walking. Oh, okay. I think I remember that, where it was just like boop, 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 boop. How about a wire with a leaf on it? I have to explain that. Okay, so let me cut this to what I think the shape needs to be. We'll see if I did very well with this. All right, so let me see the face here, or the head. Watch out, body. Oh, this has to be so small. Okay. Cut that off. Try and get the... See, this is another thing with really soft clay, is it's gonna smush and move. Now my red is all the way down here. Help, clay people. Or maybe I'm just gonna paint the red. I don't know. Let's see. See if I can find the red again. Oh, there we go. I'll just open it back up. It's not gonna look nice, but probably I need a new blade on here too, so it's probably not helping. Another hint in miniatures, always change your blade. Yes, it was an actual toy. Sleeve with plastic cover on it. I'll have to look in my wire case and see what I have. I think the top needs to be... Oh yeah, go for making the chandelier. I don't have a tutorial or anything. I probably should make a tutorial for that. I'm gonna have to, I don't know. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, I'm gonna cut that side, and then that side. We're gonna fix them up later, hopefully. Maybe I should have just tried to paint the face on. That does not look right. It looks like a duck or something. Maybe the head needs to be slightly bigger. Let's put the whole thing together. I think I do, because the nose is fairly big. I think the head needs to be a bit bigger. Not giving up on the nose yet. So super small. Yes, this is actually way smaller than I usually work. Okay. Making a little bit bigger ball for the head. Let's put the little snout on. I know it still kind of looks like a duck, but he's gonna get ears, so hopefully that'll help. And put him on the body, and we're gonna fix up the red bloody looking stuff. I don't know. I think the top nose needs to be a bit bigger. Once you get the ears on, put more on top of the body. Oh, okay. I think the nose just needs to be a little bit bigger, like the top part of the nose, because the top part of the nose is like the biggest part. Or I need to make the smaller jawline smaller. I don't know. Let's try taking away first. Can you all see? No, because of my words. Here we go. We'll fix the bloody mess, don't worry. Hopefully. Maybe I just made it worse. Let's see. No, I might have just made it worse. If you're new to miniatures, this is about 80% of it. I think it just made it worse. Or maybe not. I don't know. Let's put some other parts on it, see if that helps. Let's see. If anything, this is our first prompt in the prompt book. We can only get better, right? We can only get better. Oh, and I was gonna say, if any of you guys wanted to try these prompts as well, so this week is vintage. You don't have to make the little Slinky dog, but if you make something vintage, I'd love for you guys to tag me on Instagram. I want to start making these regular videos, especially like when I don't have an idea or I don't have time to work on one of my big projects. And then I might show you guys' creations like in a video or something. When I start, like if I do another prompt book, I'll say, hey, this was the last prompt. People sent me what they made. So if you want to take these up as kind of a personal challenge and try them out yourself, you're more than welcome to, and I'd love to see what you guys make. Okay. Here's what I want to do. I want to put on the ears. Well, first I want to fix this redness mess. And then I want to put on the ears and kind of see how that works. And I want to stop touching it. One big thing I've learned about clay is don't touch it so much. Because that used to frustrate me the most. So I'm going to stick them on this glass, and I'm going to try and put some of this color, because I do not want to try and match this color with paint if I can avoid it. So I'm going to try to smooth this over a little bit. If I can. I do have a smoothing tool, so maybe I should use that instead of a blade to try and smooth it out. These little rubbery tipped things, it's really cool. The time limit, I usually am probably going to stick to about 2 hours because that's how long my live stream is. But really, it's just a prompt to have fun with. So if you guys, you know, take a week, and you know, as long as it's something you're happy with. If you prefer to have a time limit, then I would probably say try and stick to 2 hours. That's what I'm going to stick to, but it's up to you guys. It's just really to kind of to try something new and try to improve and have fun with miniatures. So okay, am I making it worse? maybe. Oh yes, I talked, so if you weren't here for the last, just gonna stick the head down. If you were not here for the last live stream, I talked about a charity called Dollhouses for Kids Battling Cancer. And I did reach out to her because a lot of you had mentioned that you were interested in giving to the charity. And so I talked with her, I got in touch with her, and she's super nice. And what's really cool is she doesn't take any of the credit for what she does. When they're delivered, she lets people who are part of the children's lives, because she doesn't always know them personally, so she lets the doctor that they've been working with give them the dollhouse, or a nurse that they're really close with, as a gift from them, and it becomes more meaningful for the child than this lady that you don't know made you a dollhouse. And so she doesn't take any of the credit, she doesn't put her name out there, but she does do this kind of on her own dime. She does have like donations and stuff, so that's what we're gonna do. And she said her time where she takes a break is in January, like right after Christmas, because she tries to get them done for the Christmas time, and then she takes a break. So what I want to do is in January, I'm going to put out a video kind of outlining some of her restrictions, but because these children are so sick, there are some restrictions on things that she can take donation wise. And so I've been trying to get all the information from her, and she doesn't take money donations, but there are some dollhouse companies that sell furniture that you can buy a gift certificate in her company's name for her to buy things that she's missing. So if she needs something extra for a kitchen or something extra for a dining room, so if you can't donate dollhouse items themselves, you can buy a gift certificate for her, so that she can supplement what she needs, and it doesn't cost her out-of-pocket money, which she is totally willing to spend and has been spending, just to do this because she loves this. Can you tell that I'm like sweating on this thing? It was cold this morning, and now my house, like the heater came on, it's warming up. Anyway, so in January, I'm going to be releasing the video, and we're going to, while she's kind of taking a break, I'm going to be collecting items that we can send to her, and all the information will be in that video, and we'll have like a big like packing party. I don't know if it'll be a live stream or something, but you guys can see the things that you've sent, and we'll pack it all up for her and send it to her. And I think it'll be really fun. It'll be really cool to know that those things are going to those children who a lot of times can't leave their rooms, and so they get this magical gift of a dollhouse, and then they can play and use their imagination, even though they're probably stuck indoors and not able to get out. Teresa, all of that information I want to get exactly before I give any specifics. I want to make sure I get exactly what she wants me to say. I think the biggest thing is a lot of people will pull items out of like an attic or something, and if they're in poor condition or could have possibly had mold at some point, like Texas attics, especially here in Texas, attics are not a great place to store wood items. And so it's things like that. But I do need to ask her specifically if people want to send handmade items, if there's any materials we need to avoid. So I do want to just make sure for the safety of the kids, because it is specifically for them, I'm going to make the video and have her review it so that everything in there is correct, so you guys can have all the information. So I don't want to give you the wrong information now and then have it change in the video. But I think we're going to collect from January. I'm going to try and do it early January, collect all the way through the end of February, and then have like a packing party video in early March. So I think it will be really awesome, a really great way to start the year, just sharing some some joy with some kids, and then I'll also share her Facebook page so you can kind of watch the Facebook page and see what she's doing. Okay, so I've got some little ears here, and I'm going to put them on the head to see if that kind of helps. This face is just kind of, ooh, but it's okay. We're learning together. Ah, okay. I don't know. I'm not good with little things, which is funny because I'm a miniaturist. But this is why I do a lot of furniture, because it's like the biggest thing you can do. You know? You know what I mean? All right, we got an ear. I think I need to move it down just a little bit. Like so. I'll squish it on just a little bit. I think that's helping the face. I think it's helping it. A dog duck, yeah. He does look a bit like a duck. But we're gonna help him. The ears are helping, I think. So, turn him over. It's just these little bitty things. And I even thought about, I've been thinking about making a half-scale house. Well, I have the kit to make a half-scale house. And I'm like, what am I thinking? It's even smaller. But I can guarantee you I will never go smaller than half scale. That is the smallest I will ever be able to go for my own sanity. There's some people who do like quarter scale, and I cannot. It is too small. All right. So we've got this part. I think the mouth is just going to have to be fixed with paint because, yeah. Yes, the little black nose I think will help too. So let's kind of smoosh this guy. I just want to smooth it. You know, if I can fix it with paint later, I just want to smooth it at least. Make kind of a clean line, if possible, between the face and the muzzle. I don't know if a clean line is possible anymore. I messed with it so much. Here's a little top. And another hint of art in general, miniatures, or the other, is stop while you're ahead. So I'm thinking maybe I just need to stop messing with the little face, because the more you mess with it, usually the worse it gets. Yeah, Daniela does super small. You tried one of those in China? One of what? Sorry, I missed what you're talking about. Making one of these? Or making a half scale miniature? Someone texted me. Okay. We're gonna fix it with paint. Yeah, that's the solution to this. Okay, so I've got a little black piece right here already. I'm just gonna roll it up. It's this tiny, because his nose is pretty small on the end of his face here. See if I can pick it up without having to touch it. Put it on the little end of his nose. Kind of try and center it if possible. All right, there you go. He's not looking perfect, but you know what? I'm not going to display the box, although it would be cool to make the box and put him in the box. Anyway, we'll think about that later. But I think people will still get the gist of what he is, for sure. Okay, I'm going to try and make his, no, I'm going to paint his eyebrows. I'm pushing the limits of my abilities here. So I think I'm going to paint his little eyes and eyebrows on afterwards. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put, no. I need to make a hole for the tail before I put him in. And I think it's just going to have to be a wire. I'm not even going to attempt to make a little like movie tail. Okay, so let me find a little thing to make a hole for a wire. That's big. That's not gonna work. I need something small. Okay, I have this small little drill bit, and I'm not really gonna use it to drill. So the hole goes kind of towards the top of the rear. Right here. I'm just gonna make a hole for the wire so that I can glue it in there just a little bit better after he's all baked. Okay, I could make the eyebrow. I'm just afraid that I'm not gonna leave myself enough room to paint the eye, but let's see. We'll try it. We'll try it because we're being adventurous today. This is all about learning, so we'll try it. Because it is raised. I mean, you can tell from the box that it is a 3D piece. I'm sure the eyes were stickers, but you can tell from the box that the eyebrows are raised. Okay. So, oops, hit the light. Zoom you in here a little bit. All right. That is pretty thin, and I know that's like really thin. All right, we'll see. And it's not going to come off my finger. Ah! Okay, that one's ruined. And the other pieces of clay on my desk. Okay. Off, off, off. Okay. Now don't touch it anymore. All right, so we're going to try and make these little eyebrows. And I know the best thing to do is not to touch this. Just going to cut a little piece off. And it's too big. Cut a little piece off. What time is it? Okay, we're good on time. We're good. And I want the thick part towards the inside. Like so. Oh, he's got a little eyebrow. Oh, and I touched it. I told myself not to touch it. I was just trying to press it down. Oh, he looks worried. Yeah, it's not shaped correctly. Ah! All right, now he looks angry. Eyebrows are a mess. Okay, we're just gonna go with that. And now, the tricky part is getting one to match. All right. Okay, here we go. Try and stick it in the same beginning spot, if possible, and then stick down the other side. If possible. That's the key. Well, no, now I'm gonna go messing with it more, and I'm gonna cause problems. I know, eyebrows are so tricky. All right, I think I'm gonna just chop a little piece off. Nope, nope. Anybody else hyperventilate when they're working with clay? Just me? All right, come on, eyebrow. I need you here, Daniela, to do this. All right, I think that's as good as my abilities is gonna get. I think that's all we can get. Okay, I'm gonna go stick him in the oven, just like this. I do think I do want to get, because we're gonna work on the feet while he's baking. I wish you lived in Texas. Actually, no, I wish I could visit you. That's what I would love to do. Thank you. Thank you guys for holding your breath. Did you hold your breath for me? Because this is what I needed. All right, I'm gonna make some clay pieces that are about the right size for the feet, and then I can work on the feet while he's in the oven. They're kind of big, so that's good. Hopefully he'll be able to stand up. So I think about that size. All right, it's be scary to make these while he's in the oven. Put him on a piece of paper towel before baking. Okay, I will follow directions. Because yeah, he will, you were talking about that earlier about getting the shine on him. Let me find my tray real quick. Because otherwise, this piece does not stay in the oven. Okay, I'll be right back. Opening. Can y'all hear my footsteps? All right, now we're gonna make some put on paper towel before we're on the glass plate. He will get small flat places. Oh, right. Okay. All right. So we're gonna make the little feet, and I'm okay with the feet having flat places because they're feet. Whoa. I lost my X-Acto, which is great. There it is. Okay, so now I'm just gonna make 4 pieces that look about the same. I need to get my wire box out so we can kind of see what's gonna work for his legs. And we have, we still have like 40 minutes or so that's good. And, all right, we got 4 feet, shapes, and his feet have 4 toes. Make it bigger again. His feet have 4 toes. Oh no, okay, the front feet have 4 toes and the back feet have 3 toes. Does that seem normal? Okay, vintage toy. What are we teaching the children? Okay, so we are going to kind of squish, I think, the back. I need to move these out, I think. Should I make them all match or just keep following the toy, the box? Make it 3 for both. I can't talk. I think I agree with you, Gail, because making 4 is going to be kind of difficult at this small scale. So I'm just going to go with 3 feet. Maybe the factory ran out of the 4 feet, the 4 toe feet. Okay, I'm going to kind of squish the back of the legs, of the feet. And then I use this for my paper clay. I probably shouldn't have. This is a little rubber sculpting tool. So I got my paper clay all on it. It's got this like sharp edge, and I'm gonna use that to make the toes. I'm gonna attempt it. And I'm just gonna touch the edges to kind of round the edges out a little bit. And hopefully not touch the other pieces of clay. So I'm just gonna dab or push on the clay just a little bit to make the indentions, like so. So then I have like a little foot, and they might have gone back just a little too far. If I can kind of smooth it out, maybe. That's good. That's good. Oh, that is why Mickey Mouse only has 4 fingers. Because of, did I miss something? Why does he only have 4 fingers? I missed that. Okay, so let's make the back smaller again. Oops, and not deform it. Do the edges like that. And then I'm gonna go in here and in here and then kind of make it go back like before. So now I have 2 feet. Oh, because of size? That makes sense. That makes sense. All right. So make the feet indentions or the toe indentions. And like that. That one's not very good. Oh, and I didn't smush the back. We'll put that one in the back. No one will look at that one as much. And then one more. Like so. And squish the back a little bit. Okay. Oh, I didn't put a timer on my dog. He's probably been in there for about 5 minutes. Let me put a timer real quick. For another 10 minutes, because he'll probably go back in there, maybe. We'll at least go check on him in 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, let me get my box of wire so we can kind of figure out what we're going to make the legs out of. See what I have. That's not it. There it is. We can also figure out what we're going to make the tail out of. Let me move the feet. Move some of my clay. Still need red. Leave that over here. Okay, so I have, this is the wire that I have. Yeah, I'm thinking I might have to use the toothpick for the legs because I think that's the right thickness where I wouldn't have to add any other clay, and I don't think I have the skills to add clay around the wire and have it like not be a mess. And I'll just have to match the paint. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to do. But for the tail, I can use this little Christmas ornament wire. I like these. You can get these for like 99 cents at the dollar store, and I just pick these up because they're a great source of wire without having to go to like the craft store and getting these. If you don't need a specific size, you just need wire. Yeah, so we can use this for the tail. We're gonna have to put a little ball of clay on the end. You think I can do it with clay? Oh, it's so scary. I don't have any super glue. I forgot to pick up some extra super glue. The coppery wire. This stuff is really thin and hard to bend. I do not know what this is made out of. No, not this stuff. There was something else. I don't know. This is 22 gauge wire. This is what I used to make Uncle Fester with, some of his wire. So this is really bendable. Just go for it. Well, let's see. We got time. We got 7 minutes, so let's see what we can do here. So just make like a long tube. And I do have liquid clay somewhere. So I could glue it to make it a little bit stronger. We'll see, we'll see. Okay. And then we wouldn't have to match the paint, which would be nice. Wind it around the tooth, oh, wind the wire to make the little tail. Let's see if I can make the little legs. All right, I'm going for it, guys. Like I said, we're experimenting. Might as well just go all the way. Okay, I think that's a good thickness. It's about the thickness of the toothpick, which, or actually could be a little bit thinner. Now I think, remember how tall it needs to be. About as tall as the head was, it looks like. Hi Rob, we're making a Slinky dog. Welcome. We've got about 30 minutes left. Our Slinky dog body is in the oven and we're trying to make his legs. And Daniela has convinced me to do it with clay. Ah. Okay, so I think about the size of the head, which was about there. Re-roll that a little bit. Right there, just estimating. Right there and there. Okay, I'm gonna even out the legs a little bit. That one looks a little short, so I'm gonna cut another one. I'm just estimating with my eyes. Okay, Daniela says we don't need the wire. Oh man, I'm nervous. I'm a wood and paper miniaturist, so I know how to do it in wood and paper. But not the Slinky dog. I think this is definitely has to be a clay project for sure. Okay, so now I'm gonna try and get, I guess I should put a little bit of the glue down. So I'm gonna put some here. It's off screen, y'all can't see it. And just add the tiniest bit with a toothpick because I've tried to add it with straight from the bottle and made a huge mess. So I'm just gonna add it like this. Pick up the leg and hopefully stick it on. And again, not mess with it too much. So, Slinky dog leg. Will it fly? Fly? I missed something again. All right. One leg. Now we gotta go to the second leg. All right, try not to mess with it too much. They remind me of like little Vienna sausages. Anybody else have Vienna sausages? We had them for a short time until my sister got sick on them, and then I don't think my mom ever bought them again. All right, leg number 2. Do you think I need to, yes, I think I need to bake these first before trying to attach them to the dog. Anybody think so? I think Vienna sausages are like a love-hate thing. You either love them or you hate them. I actually remember liking them, but then my sister hated them. So. Okay, one more. Kind of rounding out the tops a little bit. Do they have Vienna sausages in Vienna? Or is that like French fries in America where they're not really from France? Let me know. They're from Belgium. I get a can every now and then. I actually haven't seen them in a while. Of course, I haven't been looking for them. I think my son would like them. All right. Oh, put too much glue on there. Try again. Nope. Too much glue. Now it's all slippery. Take some off. And try again. Okay, I'm gonna try and make them up and down, vertical as possible. They all look about the same height, but I can kind of match the two closest together. It's got 4 little legs. Should I try and go ahead and make the little ball for the tail? Right next to the span. Cocktail sausages. A Frankfurter. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so I think I'm going to try and go ahead and, can liquid clay glue clay to wire? Is that a thing? I don't know. Getting hungry. Oh, I guess the dog's done. Okay, so I'm going to go, what am I going to do? I guess I'm going to go put this in. Or let me put the little tail on as well. I guess we'll figure out how to glue him later. Because it's like a little red dot. It can glue it? Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and glue it onto a wire. And so that's, and then we can cut it to the right size later. So I'm going to put the glue in here. Put the wire in the glue. And then just kind of stab the red dot. And deform the red dot, apparently. All right, so here's his little tail. Okay, here's what we're putting in the oven. Tail and 4 feet. Let me go get the dog out. Okay, looks like he made it. I'm amazed that paper towel doesn't burn up in the oven. Seems like it would. But here he is, baked. And I think he should cool off pretty quickly. So I think I can paint his face while we're waiting for the legs. And let me go ahead and set the timer while I'm thinking about it. Let me get some paint. We need white and black. White. And my black's disappeared. There you go. Okay. I think that's all we need. Just some white and black. Oh, we need red to fix the mouth. And maybe a little cream color. We'll see. We'll see if we need to fix any other parts of him. Oh, really? I did not know that. That's interesting. Paper burns at 451 degrees Fahrenheit. I did not know that. I have not read that book, so maybe it's in the book. I have not read that one. Okay, let me get, I had a paint palette out earlier. Grab it. And my very small brush. I keep this with my clay because usually I'm painting very small things. This is a, I don't know how to read brush sizes, 20/0. So it's this little tiny brush. And I'm going to use some white, black, and red on him to make the eyes and to fix his mouth a little bit. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I read a lot of books in high school and college, but that wasn't one that I just happened to be on the docket for my class at that time. Okay. So he actually looks pretty good from the front, I think. You can see the uneven where the muzzle meets the face. It's a little bit uneven, but it's okay. All right, here's another part where you have to hold your breath. Try and get these eyes on here. Because they're kind of like, they're not just circles. I've seen miniature Parisian calligraphy where they use a cat whisker. Oh my goodness. I could not do that. I don't know if I can do this, honestly. I don't know if it's I just don't have a steady enough hand, or maybe I should stop talking while I'm trying to paint. All right, let's get this guy. Here's another part where you have to get it even. It's fairly even. I think we'll be happy with that, because one of those things where you got to stop when you're ahead, or else it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. So I think we're gonna be happy with that. I've seen the things, the like necklaces where it's like got a grain of rice and they like write your name on the grain of rice. That's really impressive. I don't know what they used to do that. Well, now it's probably like an inscripting machine, but I think they could do it by hand. All right, let's try and fix this mouth just a little bit. So it actually looks like it's supposed to have red in there, and not just that he's a... Nope. Now it looks like he's got lipstick. That's good. We'll just keep going. Take some of the paint off. All right, I think it looks okay. What do you guys think? A little uneven. So hard to do this, so tiny. Nope, yep, should have stopped. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop. You guys said it looks good, so gonna make myself stop here. And then I'm gonna use a dotting tool for the eyeballs. If I can find it. I got these really tiny, tiny dotting tools, and they have been amazing. And this is where I got it from, Stewart Dollhouse Creations. They have a website right there. And $6, and you have different size on each side. So I really enjoyed these, and they're really good quality. None of the pieces have come out, because the ones I've gotten at Hobby Lobby, these little, they're wood, and these little metal nibs fall out, and it's really annoying. So I really like these guys. Okay, so it's just a plain black dot in the middle of the eye. Here we go. Take a deep breath. You see? Okay. Ta-da! All right, now we gotta get the other one in the same spot. Not quite. He's, okay. He's okay. We'll just make it a little bit bigger. All right, there we go. I think it's good. Maybe use a tiny piece of wet paper to get the red only in the mouth line. Yeah, I think I overpainted it, so if anything, I'm gonna have to get, like, mix this color and, like, paint on the outside. So, but that's okay. It works. All right, so now we have about 7 minutes till the other pieces come out. I think we've made all the pieces. We're just gonna have to add his little legs. So should I just, how am I gonna add his legs? Am I going to glue, use the clay glue? But then how do I lay him down for baking? Wipe the extra paint off. How do, oh, with wet paper. Oh, I understand what you're saying now. Okay, let's try that. So get the paper wet and then wipe the extra paint off. Okay. Here we go. Another good thing, always keep like a little spritzer bottle of water by your table. I use it all the time. And it's so nice because I don't have a sink in here. I don't have to get up even if I just need like a little thing of water. Okay, so let's try and see if I can help his little face. There we go. I think it's coming off a little bit. Maybe I didn't do it soon enough. Your cats drink the water out of the watercolor jars. Place the dog body on a piece of tin foil so that it is upright, then glue the legs and right into the oven. Okay. So that's what I can do now. I can kind of prep his body. I think this is working. It's hard to tell, it's so tiny. I don't want to squish him too much either. I'm afraid his head will pop off. We don't need that happening because I didn't glue his head. I think it cleaned up the lines just a little bit. It's still a little, like, his mouth is a little wonky. I would make the top elbow piece glue to body with liquid clay, then add the leg pieces. So you're saying make a whole nother piece so that his arms are like this instead of just gluing them straight to the body? Because I still have my little sausage, Vienna sausage snake over here. I could do that. Okay. Okay. I used to have foil. Oh, I see it. All right, let's prep his body to attach his legs. Microphone got stuck. Okay. Get some tin foil. Imagine we won't need that much. And then like make like a little indentation for the spring maybe. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut that down. It's like very tiny surgery. The legs will be out in about 3 minutes. All right, so I've got his little body held upright. It's kind of nice that I can just grab onto the spring. So I can put him down this way. All right, we'll see. We'll kind of see if the glue is behaving. I feel like my glue, I don't know if it's the kind that it is very liquidy, and I don't know if they will stay. So I think there's room for the legs. That's why I cut some of it off. Let me see. I'm going to cut just a little bit more. I do feel like I'm prepping for surgery here. If anyone's a doctor, I don't mean to insult you. I mean, it's just very fiddly. Like, okay, the legs will be here in 2 minutes. Get him ready. Okay. Move his body forward just a bit. All right. I think I got him. Okay. Super glue. I am out of super glue is the problem. I ran out. I used it for something, like I used a lot of it for something. I can't remember what it was. But I am out. All right, I'm not happy with how he's standing up here. All right, we'll see how it looks. Excuse me. I have water. I need to take a drink. We'll see how it looks once I get him all on. And then if I feel like he does need the little piece on top, I have that ready to go here. I'm not getting sick. I don't know. There's like lots of allergens and stuff going around. Texas never gets cold enough for anything to die off in the winter. So you just keep messing with your allergies or whatever all year long. Okay. 30 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and go grab them. And I will be right back. Didn't get stuck this time. Okay, it's all baked. I put this down here. Alrighty. This is the nervous moment, I think. Guess I'll put him straight onto the tray and move the glass to somewhere else. Okay. All right. I'm gonna cool the tray off a little bit. Anyone think they might try making a Slinky dog? Let me know. Or if you're gonna try the vintage prompt, let me know if you're gonna do that. I think it will be fun to kind of do these prompts together and just kind of extend our miniature making skills together. All right, so that's cooled off enough. I'm gonna put this guy on here. And he's kind of wobbly, but the legs are gonna help him out. Let's see if I can pop them off of here. Be very careful, because they're still hot, so I don't wanna mess with them too much. You're gonna try making the Slinky dog? Yours is gonna be good, I'm sure. He's so little. But you made the train, and the train is probably even smaller than he is. All right. And I don't know if I should put the tail on. Oh, Teresa, we're doing, I made this miniatures prompt book for myself, and we opened up to a page, and I've lost it now. Oh, there it is. And I've written these little prompts down at the bottom. And so we chose to do vintage, and then we talked about vintage toys and kind of drew out ideas. So I was saying, if I want to, like, every now and then when I don't have time to make something on my one of my big projects, or I'm out of ideas for the week, then I can come to the prompt book. And if you guys want to try and do the prompts as well, you can send me your photos of, like, if you try and do the vintage. You don't have to do vintage toys. If you just want to do the vintage prompt, and we talked about like a 2-hour time limit, but I mean, just work on something that you're happy with. And then if you send me a photo, the next time I do a prompt video, then I'll show the photos of what you guys made. So the phone might have been a little bit easier just because it's so chunky, but this guy was really fun and to try and figure out, and you guys have helped me a lot. So I don't think I would have probably tried him on my own for sure. Okay, so I wish you guys could kind of see from my viewpoint. I need to get like a GoPro or something. I want to match up the legs so that the closest ones, I think I want the tallest ones, they're pretty close in size, but I want the tallest ones to be on the arms and the shortest ones to be, well, I guess they're legs. They're all legs. So the shortest ones to be the back legs. And because y'all can't even see with my big fingers in the way, this is going to be the most fiddly part. I think I do have to lift him up just slightly with a little bit more foil. So we'll do that. Oh yeah, gotta do the pull string. I think I have some red string that would work, but I really don't want it to be coming out of his forehead. If y'all are just getting here, look, this string is coming out of his forehead. That looks ridiculous. I don't want this string to come out of his forehead. Maybe it can come from like right here, like his chest area. I don't know. I think it looks ridiculous coming out of his forehead. And we worked so hard on his little face. I don't want to put a string in the middle of his forehead. All right, so, all right, we're gonna try this to lift him up just a bit. Kind of like a car jack. Lift up the car. All right. Ah. Okay, I think I will make the little shoulder pieces because I think that will kind of help it to have a place to rest. Because right now, I think if I just tried to glue it, I don't think I'm talented enough to get it very even. Yeah, I think you guys are right. We'll put it right here. I don't remember it coming out of his forehead either. Yeah, we'll make it come out right here or something. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make the little shoulder pieces. It's not going to be like something that sticks out here. It's going to be basically just like a clump of clay for, basically like a clump like this for the leg to just kind of sit on. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take my little Vienna sausage pieces here and just make little like shoulder pieces. Like so, for the front and the back. All right. Then I'm going to glue these on and then glue the legs onto these pieces. In theory. In theory. The string comes out below the eyes, like here, like right above his nose. That's very strange. But that's vintage toys for you, man. Like the telephone with the eyeballs that move back and forth. It's a weird toy. Everyone had it though. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just putting these little pieces like right below his ear because he doesn't really, I want it to be right here. On the package it's a little bit lower, but I want to put it right here. And I'm going to put one on this side. And then I'm going to put some glue on the bottom of these, and that's just where I'm going to rest the feet. That is very strange. I mean, it shows it coming out of the forehead here. Wow. It's very strange. Both places are strange. Right above the nose and above the eyes are strange places. Like it's a dog. Like it... You see dogs with leashes all the time. Why wouldn't you make a leash the natural place for the string? That doesn't make any sense. All right, so now I'm going to take the little leg and just kind of do my best here. Yeah. So it doesn't look super smooth, but I think that's going to be the best option for his legs. As far as my build goes, like somebody else may be able to make it and it work really well. Yeah. What do y'all think? All right, so let me try. I'm going to try my best to do the back legs too while I'm holding it, just kind of the same way. And then we're going to try and stick it on the foil, because I'm just put it right in the middle. That's too much. I'm getting used to how much glue is too much glue. All right. So sticking out like that a little bit. Try and do less glue on this side. So these are like his little hip joints. And it's just going to be, oops, a place for his little legs to rest. Hopefully. All right, I'm trying real hard not to knock the front feet off. Put a little glue on the bottom of these pieces I just added, like a little bit, because I already have some left over. And take these little feet. These don't have the ears. The front part had the ears to kind of push back, but these don't have anything to push back, so. Ooh, that's fiddly. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to put him down for this to work. The front worked holding it, and the back's not gonna work so well. Let's see. It gets less slippery as it soaks in. Okay. Hopefully it's soaking. All right, let me put him down. His rear end's just like, I bent the thing too much, so his rear end's just like up in the air. Y'all can't tell, but it is. Okay. Let me see if I can, without ruining anything, bend the spring back just a little bit. See if that helped at all. All right, well, his rear end's just up in the air. And I already put the glue on there. His leg's just rotating as I'm moving it. Okay, get this last little leg on, and then hopefully we'll be close to getting done here. Nope. He does not want to cooperate. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I am going to keep these pieces. I'm going to bake the front of the dog, and I'm gonna bake the hip joints for the back of the dog and not put his back legs on, because I'm just afraid that I'm messing with it too much, and like I've got a really good thing going on in the front and I don't want to mess that up, which I already have. So I'm gonna bake the front of the dog. I'm going to put the hip joints on with glue and then attach the legs later. I'm going to attach the little tail, and then I'll put, just kind of drill a little hole and put a little lead on him. And I'm not going to do that now because it's 12:03. So I will make sure and post updates on my Instagram, which is Bentley House Minis, and you can see his final form and how he came out. Hopefully from what you guys can see here, you can kind of see what he'll end up looking like. And yeah, make sure that you send me photos if you try out this prompt. You can send them to my email, which is bentleyhouseproductions@gmail.com, or on Instagram or on my Facebook page. All my links are at the bottom there. And yeah, I think it should be fun to do these prompts together. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, hopefully if the audio is good on this, I I should be able to just leave this live stream up. Usually I take it down and sometimes I show you the final steps, but what I would really love to do is just leave the live stream up, because I have a lot of people who want to watch it during the week and they hate waiting till Friday. That was the whole purpose of getting a new microphone, so I could just leave these live streams up once they're done. So yeah, thank you guys so much for your help today. I don't think I would have gotten through this without you guys' help. I would have gotten really frustrated and maybe not even gotten this far. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Our next live stream will be in January, back on Tuesdays. This one was changed because I have something tomorrow that I can't miss. And so let's look, it will be the new year. So maybe we'll do another prompt, or, oh, it's New Year's Day. Y'all want to spend New Year's Day with me? Yeah, so I'll kind of check with my family and see what's going on, and then if we have to move it to that Wednesday or something, I'll make sure you guys know in plenty of time. I'll post it on my Facebook. I'll post an update or a live stream video so you guys know, so you guys know which day the live stream will be. Hi, Eileen. Okay, awesome. I hopefully, as long as my sound sounds good, I should be leaving the live stream up so you can enjoy it on your own time. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you guys. I appreciate you being here with me today, and thank you for your help, and thank you guys for helping each other. That's awesome that you guys can get advice from each other, because I don't know everything, obviously. So I'm so glad that you guys have so much knowledge and you're willing to share it with each other. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and check my Instagram for the final picture of the Slinky dog. And I will make sure to also show him in the next video as well, in case you don't do Instagram. All right, awesome. Bye, guys.